Alrighty, everybody. Looks like we're here now. Hope everybody's excited for another New York Part 2 with SPDas. Let me just quickly check the audio levels, make sure that everything's fine. That quality assurance. Looks like we're good. SPDas, we're ready for you anytime. The trading floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, and welcome back, everyone. As we move into the New York session, it is 5 minutes past 9:30 Eastern. Excuse me for a couple of minutes delay. Uh, so let's get started straight away with the Euro USD, and it's quite pleasing to see that that particular gap has been again filled. Uh, so I think I can remove that arrow, and we can now readjust the trend here. So so it really feels uh, good when the wave counts are properly identified, because that's what really makes a difference between being able to trade multiple times or multiple entries between with partial profits booked and again taking advantage of the gap. So finally we exited here and then we have bought here now. All right, we exited around 34, 20, 30, and sorry, yes, 30, 40, and now we're again getting a chance to re-enter. So wave point of view, if I were to appraise you again, for those who are just joining in, the wave point of view, it is a series of lower degree waves, ones and twos and ones and twos, and again ones and possible two, or it is the fourth wave in the making. Whichever way, we are we are heading north. Euro USD is heading north, and we can confirm that with certain amount of confidence. So we were last session London times, we were talking about re-entering somewhere around after the pullback is over. And tell you what, please do not wait until 40, 50, or 60. I think we are good to enter around 85, 80, 85 as well. It really doesn't matter 20 points here and there, because the trend is fiercely on the long side until prices stay above 1.0200. So please re-enter or add fresh, or enter fresh or add more. Do as you please, sir, but please enter. And uh, stop loss, please do not place anywhere right now, uh, out of emotions, around 1.2800 or something like that. Have your stop loss tightly placed below 1.2. I personally do it below 1.0950 right now, and we can always move the stop loss. The idea is not to is the idea is to place the stop loss in the right support. All right, I'm not saying this is not a support. It's a potential support, I would say. The moment prices would break above that high, then that point would become an actual support. All right. Another way to find out if this looks like an expanded flag to me. So if we go by wave one or wave two, and then again we've got wave one, two, and again wave one and two. So it's a multiple degree wave three in the process. Now, believe it or not, if what we are identifying right now is truly correct, then we are going to see a massive rally going forward, uh, taking us within no time towards 750. Just a moment, if we can check out the RSI as well. Now, this RSI helps us so much to identify what is going to happen or what could be the next move. In the London session, London times, the price action was here around 400 and I think 35, 30, 35. If you, and I also brought up the RSI. The RSI was below the previous peak, gives us an indication of a potential drop. And that's exactly what has happened. Now the RSI is around 40, 47. Okay, so it's still got some room around 40 if it's wave 4. So, but nonetheless, we don't want to wait until that to happen. It's a good place to re-enter on the long side. And the optimized level would be a 60% of that rally, yesterday's rally actually. That could be the optimized entry. It's already done the 50% pullback. Maybe it drops towards 60, that's all. So around 20 points lower from what it's trading right now. It hardly makes any difference when we are targeting 400 points from here. All right, so we again kind of re-entered. Maybe you can enter partial and have a limit order there. That's what I've done to get on the bus, both sides actually. All right. So that is Euro USD on the long side again. Quick update. Let's move on to the dollar index. Once again, the dollar index has also filled the gap. So we are going to remove that particular arrow and we'll bring it lower here. All right. So shorts must have you might have re-entered the shorts. It's already 107.90 triggered. I think one of our limits have also passed in the system, I suppose. So we re-entered, we kind of re-entered the shorts again in the dollar index around 107.90. And for those who are joining in for the first time, I would like to re-emphasize on the wave structure on the hourly chart. It is lower degree waves 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And I think they are now cutting closer to the third wave. And within the third wave, again, it's subdividing into five waves. So it's an extension here as well. Right. So nothing much to say about the dollar index. Remain short, please. The stop loss should ideally go around 109.85 or until it plays it around. That's what I would like to place it personally, 110.30. All right. I still have, I think, little more and have a daily look as well for those who are not aware of the larger degree trend, because most traders were of an optimum belief that the dollar index is set to rally further towards 111 and 112 and even take off that resistance just around the January second week. And the charts were telling us a different story. Around the same time, we got stopped out early first week, if you remember, if you have been attending all the sessions. The second entry was an aggressive one taken at 110, and that actually has worked in our favor until today as we speak right now, when the prices are 107.74. So the larger degree trend in the dollar index is actually turning lower, and it is expected to stay lower not only for a few days but actually for a few weeks or maybe some months. It could be around 8 to 12 weeks or so, even more. But but since it is the third wave or the C wave, it would be very fast. In that case, the time taken would be less. So that's the larger picture. Keeping that in mind, we have been suggesting uh, dollar index shorts uh, since the 10th of or 13th of January, I suppose, since that day. And the second major short was suggested on 3rd of Feb, just after the trade war thing began, that gap up opening. But that gap up opening was just a wave two to confirm. All right. So even now, I mean, I would still say if prices rally through the 61.8%, there's nothing to panic about. Go and add further positions, please, around 108.50, 60 zone. All right. So short in the US dollar and stop loss around 109.85. potential target is around 105, 105 and 104, 105.60 and 104.85. All right, sir. That's the dollar index, and let's bring up pound. In case of pound as well, okay, I've got to do the counts quickly. Just give me a moment, please. Change the degree to minute. Okay, and you've got an ABC wave 2, and the right hand side, it is yet again minute wave 1 and 2, and 3, 4, 5 are possibly underway now. There is a shallow correction. You can see that three-wave decline, and that's a correction actually. That three-wave drop, A, B, C, that's a corrective decline. So pound is alongside the euro. Pound is also in no mood to give a meaningful retracement of correction lower. It's actually uh, it's actually heading very fast towards 1.2850, and that is what is the target in the near term. All right, we should be we should be on the long side again. There's a shallow decline, but it's better than what we were in the London Times. So you can buy right now as well, but the stop loss, please remember, will not go anywhere above 20 to 50 at least. If you place it at 21, it's the optimum way to do that. But since this is a wave 2 potential, technically we are not wrong if you place a stop loss around 1.2250. All right, let's check the RSI as well, just in case if required. Yeah, it's kind of producing an expanded flat uh, on the RSI as well. Let's see if the price action is ready to push forward. I think the more it is lower towards the 30, the more thrust it would see going forward. But you never know. I mean, sometimes the RSI is quite lagging behind and the price action is on fire. All right, so all the times it's not good to rely completely on the RSI. Especially only when the fifth waves are there, it is okay. Otherwise, not required. All right, so that is the story in pound again. Uh, on the long side, and stop loss around 1.2250. We've got to pick up Bitcoin, and let's see if there is still an opportunity to place that long trade. Okay, now I'm going to move it to the 15 minutes time frame first. And what we are seeing here is wave 1, expanded flat wave 2, 3, sharp wave 4, and possibly we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a diagonal. So what it is showing on the 15 minutes time frame is a neat little impulse, as we discussed in the London Times as well. And on the right hand side, it's showing a flat corrective decline, maybe three down and three up, and I think one, two, three triangle wave four and wave five. Possibly all a higher degree possibility in Bitcoin remains on the long side, and it's tested the 61.8%. So let's, I mean, even in the last session, we had confirmed uh, a lower degree wave one and two. All right, we are reconfirming that, and three, four, five on the higher side. And let's take a trade here. It is still, it's even the better price, 95.90, 95,882 right now. A good place to buy. Stop loss goes below that point, that is 94 100. So I would say maybe 93 500 or something. And the targets, let's take the target as well. I think they're already projected. It's showing 100 and 104. So it could be wave 3 up there, wave 4 down a bit, and then wave 5. By the time the fifth wave completes, I think we should be around 104. So if you look at the risk reward ratio, 95, 90, 96 entry and 93 and a half stop loss. So that's 2,500 points, and 96 to 104 is about 8,000. So it's one is to three, 1:3, more than 1:3 risk reward ratio, and I think it's not a bad idea to deal with this trade setup. Also, if you can confirm the RSI, let's do that. On the RSI, you can see that divergence, a bullish divergence on the display here. Prices declining, the fifth wave dropping, but the RSI not dropping. So that is a double confirmation where you can go ahead and hit the buy button right now in the Bitcoin. And tell you what, I'm going to take a screenshot of what we have just done. That's going to be a, let's do the arrow as well. All right, so this is a kind of, after quite a bit of sessions here, we are in a position to go long Bitcoin, and that is the first one. All right. So that is for Bitcoin. Let's go back to the most traded instrument and favorite amongst all, XAU USD. Now, tell you what, gold is actually still in the process of making one shallow high to complete the corrective pattern. So if I go back on a 15 minutes time frame, I think we've done something there in terms of counts. I would still not be surprised if gold actually pushes through the 29-25 zone, hits the second wave. So that C goes up right around that mark. So we've got one, two, three, four, and five, and then A, B, and C. And we've got that A one, two, three, four, and five. So that would be the fifth wave. Not exactly an impulse, but it is an ending diagonal. So if we kind of draw the diagonal structure, it goes like this. So maybe somewhere, I mean, it's not required to touch the line, but at least something above 29.21 could be on the cards for the C wave to complete. And so the entry in gold is going to be somewhere sell around potential sell around 29.25, stop about 29.50, stop 29.55. It's a way above the high. Actually keep at 50 as well, just on the safer side to stay away from the noise. And the target is 29. It is 28.16, and the second one is 27.37. All right. So that's it for this session. Let's bring it a pause here. The dollar index, the Dow Jones, I've not seen for a while now, but I think it's still in the sideways impression. Let's wait for a while. We don't want to force ourselves into this trade, but we are already short in the Dow Jones. That sideways activity is indicating a potential one more tick above that high. That should be the case in SPX and Nasdaq as well. We'll look into that in the next session or maybe New York tomorrow. All right, so let's bring it a pause here. And once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. And I'm going to pass on to Igor. Igor, back to you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, SPDas. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Forex Lens gives you the edge. Forex Lens understands the global economy and financial markets. With machine learning, we give you real-time global analysis and investment strategies. Forex Lens lets you invest and earn with institutional traders, even if you're new to trading. Trading and investing made simple with Forex Lens. Check out our performance at forexlens.com. Get the edge on trades. Your eye into the markets. forexlens.com. Forex Lens gives you the edge.